Welcome to Smash Writing, and we are just enjoying video game month of the year because that's just been a tradition of ours.
Every January.
Every January. I mean, eventually I think it's going to run out.
Do you think? There's still some more on there.
Okay.
Granted, they're not as good as this block is, but
All right.
it should tell you something.
Today we are reviewing Silent Hill Revelations, aka Silent Hill 2. This grew on
I
me.
love Silent Hill.
Yeah,
I love the world of Silent Hill, I should say.
and you played the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just treating this. I'm not a video game person. I remember. Did we ever review Silent Hill, the first one?
Yes, we did a while ago.
Okay. Did I give a good review?
Yes.
Okay. I figured. So, like, I seen this film probably like 3 times. Third time being like for this video.
Yeah.
So my views have openly changed.
Now, see, this is going to be really interesting because I played the game this is based off of.
Okay.
You haven't.
Correct.
We're going to come out with wildly different opinions here.
Okay. But without further ado, hit us with the plot.
And I'm going to do my best to do this quick. So I don't want, the more time I spend in this is going to piss me off. Okay, this movie opens up with a nightmare sequence. Heather's having a nightmare about Silent Hill. Her dad wakes her up, and we learn about what's been going on. They've been hopping around from town to town, changing their names. His dad is now named Harry. She's now named Heather. Off to school she goes, where she pretty much tells all these kids to fuck off.
She really did.
Fuck off! I have no time for this bullshit. Won't even be here long enough to learn
Know
your
your
names.
name. No, that was hard. Like,
Yeah.
She was just like, I don't really care who you even are.
But we also meet Vincent. He's new to class too. He tries to befriend Heather, and Heather's like, go away. But she goes to the mall, kind of deal. And I think it's about the time too, Dad, we meet up with Dad again. He gets a vision from Silent Hill. The mom never escaped Silent Hill from the first movie. She's still stuck there. And,
Which the ending of the first film pretty much.
yeah, they were all, her and Heather were basically still stuck in Silent Hill.
Yeah.
But she did some sort of ritual, can't remember the name of the ritual, to at least allow Heather to escape, but she remains stuck. But anyway, at the mall, she gets bumped into by a detective who's looking for her. And he's like, I already messed up. I told them where you are. And they get flushed into Silent Hill, run from monsters. He gets taken out by, she manages to escape the mall where she runs into Vincent, who escorts her back home. And they find a lot of blood and a message saying, come to Silent Hill. So she thinks her dad's dead. So her and Vincent off to Silent Hill, where we learn a little bit about the Order and everything. And specifically, like, they're on the run because the dad killed somebody. So they're running away from that. We learn that Vincent was a member of the Order, he's Dahlia's daughter, and they were raised to hate Heather, but now he doesn't hate Heather, he likes Heather. And Heather doesn't like any of this, but off to Silent Hill they all go. I think Vincent's actually kidnapped back to Silent Hill.
Yeah, he is.
Leaving her alone to go into Silent Hill. She frees Vincent, and she gets part of the rock. She's pretty much redoing the ritual from before. While they're all trying to capture her because they want to reunite Heather and Alessa and burn them all to end the spell. And this all leads to Heather running into Alessa on the merry-go-round. Alessa's pissed. She's like, why did you come back here? Why exactly were you here? I sacrificed everything to get you out.
Who would have thought, like, the demon side is actually, like, proving a good point here?
Yeah.
Like,
But, and while that's going on, Pyramid Head is operating this fucking merry-go-round, burning the cultists who surrounded the merry-go-round. But they do reunite. Heather is the dominant personality and takes control, and they confront Dahlia, trying to save everybody, because the dad's still alive, he's in a cell. And using the ritual, she exposes Dahlia for the monster she is, and Pyramid Head comes rushing in and kills the Dahlia monster after a big monster battle. The dad chooses to stay in Silent Hill to try to find Mom, and allowing Vincent and Heather to leave. that is a rough breakdown of this fucking movie. Before you say anything, I need to talk to you about the game.
Okay.
The game this is based off of is 3. Silent Hill 3. Now, there's a lot of similarities between this movie and 3. In fact, there's only a few little minor differences that make a world of difference. So, the first big differences here is none of that school shit happened. We start in the mall.
Okay.
The detective was trying to get some time with Heather, and Heather's ignoring him. Now, Vincent is a character she runs into, but she's not friends with. He's an older guy. And he's out for his own thing. Dahlia's out for her own thing. The detective's out for his own thing. And Harry dies. So she actually finds Harry's body.
Now, not to cut you off, that would actually be fitting because of Sean Bean.
Okay, yes. You cast Sean Bean to kill Sean Bean.
Yeah, like, to this day, like, and we watched a bunch of films that Sean Bean has been in. Hell, he was even in Game of Thrones. Like, he's the whole, like, plot, his family and all that. Silent Hill, these 2 films are the only 2 films that he walks in.
Yeah.
Like, he's alive.
Okay.
Fuck you for breaking tradition.
But at the same time, it wouldn't work because the first movie had the mother, which means it should have been the mom still alive and the mom dying.
Okay.
Because that's important because Heather has to be alone. The themes of Silent Hill 3 are a younger teen becoming a young woman, being alone, forced pregnancy. Because what they're aiming for in the game is to combine Alessa with Heather and re-impregnate them with the god.
Mm.
And, like I said, you already fucked up Vincent's character by making him an ally. He should not be an ally. Like I said, and you already got rid of the impregnation thing because that was not a thing in the first movie. But you could have still made it a choice thing, but they're trying to jam the 2 back together, and that's the driving thing. And even Harry's just a throwaway name, instead of him that being his fucking name. And another big one is Pyramid Head. Oh, actually, Dahlia's relationship to Heather is that Dahlia was friends with Alessa. Like, when they were kids.
Mm-hmm.
Pyramid Head. The big change of Pyramid Head. I can understand why people are mad Pyramid Head should not be having big monster battles. Now, they change it a little bit because he is just Alessa's executioner in these movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I totally get why they want him in the movie. But even still, he should not be holding monster battles. This was Heather's fight. Heather should have been the one to fight it.
Is this how it goes in the game?
Well, no, Pyramid Head is not in the game. The only game Pyramid Head can be found in is in 2.
Okay.
And if James isn't involved, people believe Pyramid Head should not be used at all.
Okay.
Which is, I kind of think is wrong. James picked Pyramid Head because of his subconscious remembering seeing Pyramid Head on the wall in a picture. So Pyramid Head has always been present in Silent Hill. It was just active for James because it was out of James's subconscious.
Okay.
So you can use Pyramid Head, but you've just got to find a better way. But because they butchered the themes of this movie with Heather, because Heather's big story themes are fears of forced impregnation, fear of mirrors, being alone, not knowing who to trust, fears young women have.
Right.
None of them are present here, so the whole fucking thing is shallow. The only thing you can loosely go off of is identity because she doesn't know who she really is. But even that, they treat like a rock to the fucking face.
Wow. So I'm kind of already getting the vibe of what grade you're giving this.
Oh, that's gonna be low grade.
Okay.
And I'm defending using Pyramid Head, and you still did it terribly.
So let me give you my take, because obviously I'm watching this. I've always watched the film because I'm not a video game person, so I don't know. And it's crazy because I am one of the people that says if there's a source material, you got to follow along with it, because there's going to be a general fan base, and that's the fan base you want to try to get to.
Well, you can change source material, but you have to keep characters true to who they are.
I want the parts that I ended up enjoying is. So let's go back to that classroom scene, the introduction of Vincent. I think that is like a badass way. Like if there's two new kids in a classroom, and you got the ones basically saying "fuck you" to the classroom.
Yeah.
I love his response. Well, what am I going to do to
follow that?
to follow that? Fun fact is, this is the third time I watched it, and I didn't even realize Kit Harington was in this film. Like I really didn't. I was like, holy shit. There's Kit. I'm like, I never realized it. And I watched some of his younger movies before he came to real fame with Game of Thrones. So like, it was like I enjoyed that scene. Since I really don't know much about the characters from the games aspect, I did enjoy like the story going along there. Now the one thing I will like agree with how Pyramid Head really was, during that final fight, is I do 110% agree. Even the movie set up to where that shouldn't have been him fighting.
No.
You could have had him step in or something, but the build-up was that she was going to be going one-on-one.
Like, that's how she gets her power.
Yeah.
By beating the monster.
Yeah. So I really get that.
I mean, even if you're like cutting hair here, like say, okay, the impactful death of Harry dying in the third game is because you played as Harry in the first video game. Now translate that to the movies. Harry wasn't the main draw in the first movie; it was the mom.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to have the similar effect, it should have been mom dying. And you still could have done everything from Silent Hill 3 with your movie world, but you didn't even execute there.
Yeah. So,
one positive I'll give. I really like the merry-go-round scene.
okay.
I like the confrontation between Heather and Alessa.
I'm gonna say like the graphics
And the nurses. I've always loved them. Sentinel nurses are amazing anytime they're on the screen. Just cutting the shit out of everyone blindly. That's how they are in the game.
Well, at least they'd stay true to that aspect. I really did enjoy like the graphics that they had. Some script issues, like some writings and dialogue was cheesy.
Yeah, because they was so far away from the source material.
And
they
like I
just had
says
to
that
shoehorn shit in.
I am looking at this movie as pretty much as an average person going to watch this movie. I did say that. I said this is my third time. The first two times, I think even going back, like I was like, oh, I really hated it because of the first film being so like good story, good wasn't like a lot into the demon world or the other dimension and stuff like that.
The other world.
It kept it simple, I actually did not know until the longest time that was a video game.
Yeah.
So it was this one, when I initially watched it, was like, God, they introduced so much more to, I want to say, the average audience like me to this film that it's left an initial bad taste in my mouth.
Fear. Because a lot of her monsters are just little children, sperm with legs, and one that looks like a penis. And you didn't even do identity right. You didn't cover her being alone because you shoehorned Vincent as an ally who shouldn't be one. The closest thing she has an ally is the detective who gives her a ride. But even him, he contemplates shooting her in the back at one point. Because it would put an end to everything if Heather would die. So she can't trust him fully. And if it wasn't so glaringly obvious you were pulling from 3, I would forgive everything. But it is. You're pulling shot from shot at times from 3.
So, with that being said, pros and cons, final grade quickly.
F.
Wow!
I gotta give it an F.
Wow!
I think the cast could have done it, because I do think you got a great cast.
Yeah.
I'll give it to the cast. But I think just the storyline, you're doing 3 and you failed. You failed and it was bad.
Alright. I want to give you my grade. It's not as low. It's actually a C. I believe this film, once again, going from the average moviegoer, it was average. I didn't from the difference between the first and two film. They just went crazy in the other world, too much at one time. You didn't kill Sean Bean. You broke the tradition again. But at least the first film was better.
What's funny is like the first film I gave an S, and sequel F. Straight F tier. Yeah.
And you know they're making a third one.
Yes, I'm excited for it. So it's been on my list for 2 years now.
Return to Silent
Want to
Hill.
get to it here? It's the same director too.
Well, okay, so
Well, he directed both of them.
he's like,
Which one are you gonna give us here?
yeah, really. But I'm going to give it a C. I did enjoy the graphics, the darker tone to it. I got over the initial of too much at once. Just didn't like the Sean Bean not dying.
How dare you live
I
in the
know.
line?
Yeah, like he makes his money that way. Pyramid Head's battle didn't make sense. 100% agree with
you.
you.
Shouldn't be doing monster battles.
I could have seen like he maybe can come in to like do a
wreck shop among the cultists.
something like that, but like him going up. What was that? Delilah? Or what was
Delilah.
Yeah. By all accounts, her speed alone should have just destroyed him. So even keeping him alive.
Oh no, you can't have him smack. No, you'll piss off. You can't. Pyramid Head is unstoppable being. You wanna know how you stop him in the game? You don't. He stops himself.
Okay. So that would piss the fan base off.
He's unstoppable being.
But then to use it correctly, he should have came in like at the back her up. Her up. To where like maybe she was getting overwhelmed just slightly. He just comes in like slices.
Well, like just have him come in, take out cultists.
That too. But I'm giving it a C. You're giving it a complete F. Hopefully in a few years we'll see what the third film brings. Until next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.